What's up guys, JSL's here with another Dragon Ball FighterZ video for you guys, and very quickly I just wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who didn't know, I am number 8 on PC ladder currently right now, and yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the game and experimenting with a lot of new characters, so I want to share this information with you guys. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about Goku Black, one of the most requested characters since I started making these guide videos. And first thing I want to do is talk about not his normals, I want to talk about his special moves, because I think that's really the key here. I think Goku Black has a lot to offer with his special moves, mainly due to his teleport, right? So most characters, everyone has a teleport, right? Universal teleport. When you hit medium and heavy at the same time, you can teleport and you get an attack with that teleport, and it kind of like extends combos for you, right? So if you do just like a hit in the air, you can teleport and then get a grab off of it, stuff like that, right? But Goku Black has his own teleport by doing quarter circle back with light, or with medium, or with heavy. And I want to talk about the different variations of it. The light version will always put you right in front of the enemy, right in front of their face, right? So what's really good out of the quarter circle back one is if you do it and then you fall with a heavy attack. It's really solid. It's a good hitbox to throw out, or if you want to get fancy, you can fall off a dive kick, but you don't really get too much off it. So I think the falling heavy is a lot better for combo purposes. Whoops. Right, and then you can get your full combo after that. The medium variant of this move puts you a little bit in front of them, not quite, right? So if I wanted to follow up a heavy, I would actually miss. So one reason that makes this so good is because you can actually air dash, right? So if I did want to connect with that heavy, I would just teleport and then air dash into him with the falling heavy, right? So that's what makes this so good. The other thing is when your opponent's in the corner, actually let's get him in the corner. This is really good for mix-ups, right? So let's say he's set to all guard. Let's set him to all guard, right? And he's blocking a mix-up, and then we call Vegeta. You know, we're doing some teleports into heavies while Vegeta's out applying pressure, and then we do that, right? So when you use the heavy version, which is the EX version, it'll always put you behind and above your opponent, which is really strong, because while you're mixing them up in the front, you can then hit them from behind, and it's really hard to block that sort of pressure if you're not expecting it, right? So, and notice how it pushes Cell out of the corner as well, right? It's like we take the corner from him. The only other thing that does that is the universal vanish, but you waste 1 meter by doing it. You actually do waste 1 meter as well by using your EX version, which is why it's EX. So you want to be mindful for that. All these vanishes can be cancelled into the universal vanish, so you can use that to your liking if you want to mix people up. It's really, really solid. The other thing I wanted to talk about with Goku Black, sorry about all the restarts, is how to cross up using his light vanish, right? Using the light button. So if you use quarter circle back with light, you can actually get this cross up, but one thing that prevents it is tall characters, right? So if you notice, I'm dashing as soon as I possibly can, and I can't get over Cell, right? He's just too tall. Let's snap in Android 16. Right, so we get Android 16, and we notice that we also can't get over him, right? And this is something you have to keep in mind if you're going to try to cross people up. Let's get Nappa in here. Alright. Now if you notice Nappa, I can actually cross him up and go for the mix-up, right? So this is important, right? So it works on most of the cast, but it does not work on extremely tall characters. You cannot cross them up using the quarter circle back teleport from Goku Black. You just won't go through them, right? So if you play a tall character, you never have to really worry about the cross up unless they're using their universal or their EX. But this is really good because it's fast with the pressure of, let's say, Vegeta, it can be a really, really strong mix-up. Right? Stuff like that. So what I'm doing is I'm actually initiating the teleport, and as soon as that happens, I'm calling Vegeta, then I'm dashing up to the other side of Nappa and hitting medium, right? So initiate, call Vegeta, dash medium, right? And it's just a really, really strong mix-up. It's a really strong way to confuse your opponent so that they don't know what's going on, and it's really hard to block both sides at the same time. Alternately, from the far one, you can do a, whoops, wrong button. You can actually do, from the far teleport, air dash medium light. And the thing about this is that if they don't continue to block high, they will get hit by the light, and then you can start your combo string as usual. The other reason this is so good is because people do tend to block continuously when you do a double hit in the air. So one thing I like to do is vanish, medium light, grab. And that's usually a really solid way to throw people off of your pressure and to mix it up and to keep things spicy, right? So dash, medium light, grab. And it's important to time the grab as soon as you touch the ground so that there's not enough time for your opponent to realize what you're doing. So that's really, really important when playing Goku Black. Some of his other normals are actually a dive kick, which the medium version, he actually rides on them and does this little attack. And if you're against the wall, you can actually follow up off of this in many cases. Whoops. Right? So you can do a super. There are also ways to combo off of this. I just haven't practiced those ways yet. And once I do release my advanced combo guide for each character, these will be included. A lot of people are making combo videos for all these characters, but none of them really go into the nitty-gritty like I do. So that's what I'm focusing on here. So these dive kicks are pretty good if you want to. The light one, if you want to use it as a combo ender, but I am going to show you guys some really, really sick combos with Goku Black. I just want to talk about his neutral just a little bit more before we move on. So, one of the other things that makes Goku Black such a good neutral character is his Kamehamehas. Right? So he has the regular Kamehameha if you do it with quarter circle forward and special. But if you do a quarter circle back and special, Zamasu will actually come and grab the opponent. If you notice, the one with the grab actually only does slightly less than the one without, right? So this one does 994. The regular one does about maybe 100 more, right? So it does about 100 more damage, but in cases where your opponent is blocking from full screen, this is always a good way to tack on additional damage. And don't forget, you can always vanish to follow it up. And then from there, you can actually get a follow-up after that. And you can continue that air combo and get some pretty hefty damage from a full screen command grab, which is really strong. So the command grab is good is when you're fighting defensive opponents, and we've all had those situations when people are holding back and just kind of like waiting for you. The thing to take note is that even if Nappa does avoid the grab, let's say he avoids the grab, the Kamehameha still actually does go off. Right? So you're still going to get that frontal pressure, which is really, really good. You're just not going to get the grab on. Now, just also be careful because people can just teleport on reaction when they see this and try to punish you pretty hard. They can level 3 you. So you want to be mindful of that. Be very careful with that. So, let's talk about God Slice. So that's this move, right? He kind of like travels across the screen. He'll throw projectiles in front of him. The EX version. So this move is good if you need to get out of a corner, especially if you EX it, which is the heavy variation. It's quarter circle forward, and it's also good just for traveling. If you need to get to the other side of the screen to escape pressure, you can kind of super jump and kind of like mix people up that way. You can even do some cheeky assist setups like this, right? So this is just to give you guys some ideas, right? If you want to call Vegeta on one side and then God Slicer to the other side. This is not something that I personally use, but I will show you why God Slicer is pretty good. So let's set him to guard all. So one thing that we spoke about in our previous videos was block strings and how to apply pressure, right? So the reason God Slicer is good is because you can do it at the end of your block string, but it is in fact punishable. However, this is why it's important. You can also vanish in the middle of God Slicer, just in case you didn't know that, but here's why it's important. So let's say I'm going to do a block string and I'm going to end it in God Slicer. Then let's say Nappa's going to go to jab me, right? So I'm going to show you guys what might happen to him. Right? So you see that beam assist? So even if I do the shallow one, if Nappa tries to punish me, Goku protects me, and I can continue my pressure, which is why this is so strong. So it's very important to be able to time your assists very well, so that you can cover your block strings and your God Slicers, then you assist, and now you're back. You're still in advantage here, right? And then you can mix in a grab, you can mix in teleports, and continue the pressure. Sometimes it's very hard for people to know what you're gonna do, so it's important to kind of practice the timing for all this, especially the cross-up we talked about, because this is a continuation to your pressure. Imagine all the block strings, then you God Slicer into your assist, then you continue the pressure into teleport into a cross-up Vegeta assist. Yeah, it's just insane the possibilities that Goku Black has. And then maybe you throw in a instant air dash, medium light into grab, right? Like, it's really hard for people to kind of deal with this pressure, and I think that it takes a lot of practice to get the timings down for this cross-up, but once you get it down, it's a really valuable tool, and it's really good. Goku Black is just super good at pressuring, and the fact that he has a teleport without meter is really what really makes the character, in my opinion. So, the other thing that makes Goku Black so well is his damage output, and I want to show you guys two combos before we end today. And I am going to slow the video down and add some notations on the screen just to help you guys out, because people have been commenting on that. So let's see if I can get it right the first time around. So the first combo is going to be crouching medium, standing medium, jump cancel, light medium light into launcher, light medium down heavy again, which is launcher. And then we're going to jump cancel that into jab, jab, jab auto combo, which is going to spike them down. And then after that, if you get a level 3 in there, it's so much damage. So let's see if we can get this one done. There we go. Right, so this deals more than half of character's HP if done correctly, and you use 3 meters, right? So pretty solid, kind of standard, but I know there are more damaging combos that Goku Black can do with only 3 meters, so I will be investing in more combo practice, and I will get those to you guys at a later time. Let's talk about his second combo that's a little bit more complicated. This is going to be, it's kind of going to start off the same way with crouching medium into standing medium, and then we're going to jump cancel that into light, medium, light launcher, which is down heavy. Then we're going to go for the light, medium, light launcher, and then we're going to go light, light, special, light God Slicer, and we're gonna cancel into his Ball Super. The thing about this super, in particular, it does the same amount of damage as the God Slicer Super, right? So notice that this does 2090, and notice that this does 2280, right? So, sorry, 2290 versus 2280. However, this Ball Super, actually let me look at the name so I don't call it the Ball Super. Holy Light Grenade actually deals more damage the higher up you are in the air. The higher up you are in the air, the more damage it does. Ready? So I am going to slow this part down for you guys and write the notation on the screen. Hopefully it helps you out. But let's see if I can get this combo started right now. Right? So with 1 meter, we dealt half of a character's life bar with no assists, with 1 bar. That's it. Like, that's half of a character's life, right? So if I was to touch Nappa again and land that same combo, he's dead, right? So you only need to touch characters 2 times with Goku Black, and if your combos are on point, you can really take people out very, very quickly, or at least you can threaten them to switch, right? And then you can go for your crouching heavy, you can tag in the original character back in, hopefully he hasn't gained too much blue health, and then you can get another hit on him as well. And yeah, and if you add assists into the mix and maybe more meter, Goku Black really, really deals a ton of damage. Right, so like after that, I actually could have DHC'd into Goku and Vegeta and probably done somewhere around 6,500 due to damage scaling. But yeah, so guys, that's pretty much it as far as I wanted to talk about Goku Black at the moment. I'm sure there's still more details. Feel free to leave a comment if I missed a few things. And yeah, if you found this video helpful, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. It really, really helps me out on YouTube, helps me get noticed. And please share if anybody that you know is interested in maining Goku Black. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to try and do daily videos on this channel, so please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys next time.